Thanks for joining St. George News at 8. I'm Scott Beadle. Air travelers will have another choice of destinations when leaving the St. George Regional Airport, thanks to SkyWest Airlines. The Washington County Commission approved an agreement Tuesday that will help subsidize the launch of a new round-trip SkyWest Airlines flight from St. George to Los Angeles. County commissioners approved $225,000 for startup costs for the nonstop flight, which will be marketed as United Express. The county's part of the subsidy will come from available tourism and recreation taxes and money left over from a similar $100,000 subsidy arrangement for the startup of a Phoenix flight last November. The new flights are expected to begin in September. The exact schedule has not been set. Grand Canyon National Park fire managers have completed ignition operations on the Longim 3 prescribed burn. That area is adjacent to the developed area on the South Rim, east of South Entrance Road and south of Highway 64 East. A total of 750 acres were treated, although that was not as much as fire managers had planned to complete. The burn accomplished its objectives, though, including improving the defensible space and the wildland-urban interface within that South Rim developed area. Because of high temperatures and dry, windy conditions forecast for the next few days, fire managers decided to halt any further ignitions. The discovery of a stolen Utah vehicle in Mesquite, Nevada led to the arrest of 4 people. On Saturday night, an officer noticed a vehicle stopped in the travel lane on Falcon Ridge Parkway. Police say the officer spoke with 2 people in the car and discovered that vehicle had recently been stolen out of Utah and had fictitious plates. They also found a handgun with the suspects and located a second stolen vehicle registered in Nevada that the suspect allegedly parked near a casino. Officers arrested 35-year-old Stephen Johnson, 40-year-old Jody Ross, 23-year-old Jonathan Luna, and 31-year-old Donnell Johnson, all of Las Vegas. They're each charged with 1 felony count of possession of a stolen vehicle, with additional charges pending. Former FBI Director James Comey testified before members of the Senate today, discussing his relationship with the president and the Russia investigation. Lana Zach has that story from Capitol Hill.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth?
Today, the fired FBI director put his account up against President Trump's in the long-awaited public testimony of James Comey.
The administration then chose to defame me and, more importantly, the FBI by saying that the organization was in disarray, that it was poorly led, that the workforce had lost confidence in its leader. Those were lies, plain and simple.
Even before Comey said a word, his written remarks were made public, recalling 9 private conversations he had with President Trump, putting a spotlight on what the president asked of Comey and why he was ultimately fired.
Think about it. The President of the United States asking the FBI director to drop an ongoing investigation.
And after he was fired and the president tweeted about secret tapes, it prompted Comey to orchestrate the release of non-confidential information about his memos.
And so I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter. Didn't do it myself for a variety of reasons, but I asked him to because I thought that might prompt the appointment of a special counsel.
But the president's team said early on that he felt completely and totally vindicated because Comey's written testimony confirmed one part of the president's story, that Comey told the president he was not personally under investigation. But they dispute Comey's accounts that Mr. Trump ever asked him for loyalty or to go easy on Michael Flynn. Comey asked about that too.
I don't think it's for me to say whether the conversation I had with the president was an effort to obstruct. I took it as a very disturbing thing, very concerning, but that's a conclusion I'm sure the special counsel will work towards.
And Comey pulled no punches, saying he kept notes because he was concerned the president may, quote, lie about the nature of their meeting. But one thing Comey did not say, that the president outright asked him to drop the Flynn investigation. As to the president's suggestion that there may be tapes of their conversations, Comey said he certainly hopes so. Skywatchers will get a once-a-year treat as the full strawberry moon, along with the planet Saturn and the star Antares, make an appearance on Friday night. The strawberry moon is also known as the rose moon and is being called a mini moon because it will appear as the smallest full moon of the year. Friday's full moon is also the lowest of the year, rising only about 1/3 of the way into the sky. It might appear amber-colored according to the old Farmer's Almanac, and so is also called the honeymoon. As an added bonus, the planet Saturn and the star Antares will be seen near the full moon this month. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers now has your Southern Utah forecast coming up.
The weather tonight is brought to you by AWI Networks, smarter internet.
And welcome back, everyone. A good Thursday evening to you. Once again, seeing very windy conditions and very hot weather across parts of southern Utah. So a red flag warning continues to be in effect. And really going to keep this in effect all through the weekend, too, as we'll see these windy conditions continue and also continue with those dry and hot weather, too. Temperatures today into the upper 90s to 100 degrees. Along those wind gusts, again, these gusts have been as high as 30 to 40 miles per hour here late this afternoon. Seeing these wind gusts in St. George from the southwest at 33 miles per hour. 27 miles per hour up in Hurricane. Southwest winds once again. Even Cedar City seeing those gusty winds at 36 out of the south-southwest. And these winds will continue to be gusty as we head into our Friday as temperatures stay pretty hot across our area. Here's a look at our high temperatures from today. 99 degrees. The high here in St. George, 98 degrees Hurricane, 83 up in Cedar City, 89 degrees in Enterprise, but still in the triple digits from southern Nevada, from Las Vegas and Mesquite at 103 late this afternoon. Now for tonight, we fall back into the upper 50s for Cedar City by tomorrow morning. Everyone also upper 60s to low 70s, mainly clear skies. Those winds not quite as gusty overnight. Southeast winds about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now as we head into Cedar City for your Friday, again lots of sunshine back in the forecast. Going to still see gusty winds though. South-southwest winds as high as 40 miles per hour. Our high temperature in Cedar City at 86 degrees. Going for a high of 97 in St. George and southern Utah. Again, lots of sunshine expected. Those southwest winds continuing at up to 10 to 15, but could be gusty as high as 40 miles per hour in some areas. So windy and hot weather continues for our Friday as we get into the weekend then. Winds maybe not quite as gusty, but still going to see some wind gusts out there over the weekend with lots of sunshine. Not quite as warm. We're going to drop back at least into the mid, maybe low 90s as we head into the weekend. And early next week, we do see a couple days where temperatures could get back closer to average. That puts them back in the upper 70s to low 80s early next week. So seeing a little bit of a cool down next week. Really no rain chances though next several days as the weather will stay dry across our area along those gusty winds through the weekend. Here's what it looks like on our surface map. Again, southern Utah just seeing the very hot weather, the very dry weather, very windy weather too. Do see a few showers up in parts of northwestern Nevada and northern parts of California. Those showers are going to try to push in here, but again we have this big hot air mass over top of us, and any type of precipitation that gets close is really going to dry up here over the next couple of days. Not expecting a big chance of rain anytime soon. Before Friday, we'll see temperatures back into the mid to upper 80s. Around Cedar City, again, those gusty winds as high as 40 miles per hour. Around St. George, southern Utah, even parts of Arizona back in the triple digits. Littlefield and Mesquite at 101. 97 degrees a high in St. George. Again, lots of sunshine and windy conditions. Red flag warning in effect through the weekend. Back in the upper 70s by Sunday in Cedar City. Yeah, look at that. Monday is 67 degrees a high in Cedar City. We could see a shower around that area and eventually warming back up by middle part of next week. St. George, we'll see temperatures in the 90s for the weekend. But by early next week, we drop back to near 80 by Monday. And then we warm right back up into the upper 80s on Tuesday. And yeah, by next Thursday, could be back near 100 once again. But we'll take a break from the heat definitely for a day or two early next week. And that'll be some enjoyable weather for next week. But until then, yeah, just hang on to your hat out there. Those windy conditions and the hot weather continues here across much of southern Utah.
Yeah, that 80 will be a nice change though from some of the triple digits.
Even if it's only one day, we'll take that one day. That's for sure. Get out and enjoy that next week.
Thanks, Chris. Still ahead, a grandma who might just be the life of the party. This 79-year-old grandmother did her first keg stand at a family graduation party in Texas, and people are loving it. Madison Munoz posted this picture on her Twitter account, and it just took the Twitter world by storm. It was Munoz's brother's graduation party, and Grandma Muriel insisted on doing a keg stand. Keg stand is a party move where you're held upside down while you drink beer from a keg, and Munoz's grandma seemed to pull it off like a champ.
Oh, we definitely got to give Grandma the props for that. Yeah, taking the college days and enjoying the tradition, I guess you call it, for college.
Pretty impressive doing that at 79.
That's very impressive. That's for sure. She's the life of the party at the graduation. That's for sure.
Well, thanks for watching.
We hope you have a great night.